acid headlines in Bloomberg style. Reuters reported on it, chat. Reuters, as in fake news from a unverified, silly ass Twitter account, caused actual financial newsrooms to literally go to market with the fucking bullshit. It is crazy. This is the world we live in today. Do you understand how psychotic that is? CNBC reported on it. Instantly, the markets flipped and everyone was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. The tariff surge is fake. He was just joking. 90-day pause. We have confidence in the market again. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Donald Trump's White House comes back and says, ha ha. You. That's not what we meant, bitch. It's fake news. We're going to make the markets scream. Here it is.
Will you do a 90-day pause? Would you consider that?
Or Bill, yeah, I think that the president is going to decide what the president's going to decide.
Yeah, he said, yep, I think the president's going to. That's it. That's the reason. This is a misinterpretation of this from a blue checkmark Twitter account that wanted to be first to market and pump the goddamn tweet and get clout and maybe like $35 in Twitter revenue. That is the reason why almost $1 billion of value came back to the market over this one key piece of misinformation. Oh my God, 3.5 trillion. 3.5 trillion? Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought it was billions. I didn't realize it was. Oh my God. And then it dipped again when the White House said this is not correct. Insane market action right now. Market exploded higher on a headline attributed to Kevin Hassett. And now nobody can figure out where it came from. And the markets are diving again. An 8% surge and a 3.5% plunge in a matter of seconds. Money is so fake. This is, ironically enough, the contradictions of capitalism in full display. This right here is the problem with the financialized capitalist global economy. A little bit of misinformation in times of instability can cause market movements like this. I never want to hear any economist or any expert tell me that this is a rational process ever again. Oh, supply demand. Look at the supply demand. All of this is fake. It's all about confidence. Nobody fully understands the fundamentals, and the fundamentals don't even matter. It just doesn't matter. You cannot have a situation where a madman can single-handedly wipe out $7 trillion of value over the course of a couple days, only to have it bounce back for 3.5 trillion because the people are so desperate for a return to normalcy that they cope and believe a random Twitter blue checkmark account who did not understand the point that this dude was making and heard his transition word where he used yep for a brief moment, for literally half of a second, and that brought back $3.5 trillion in value. Money is fake. It's the most fake it's ever been, and it will only get more fake. This is why I always used to tell you that the only difference between cryptocurrencies and the stock market is at least that there is like some assets that you can associate within the stock market. And at least historically, the stock market was based on fundamentals. It was always unstable. It was always gambling, but at least there was like a little bit less gambling. Okay. Cryptocurrency is like playing roulette with a blindfold on, whereas the stock market is like playing blackjack. The odds are more in your favor in that process. And there's a method. There's a rule book to it, but it's still gambling. It's very cool that everything in our economy, every single company in our economy works in the casino. How amazing. And all of this stuff would not happen if this wasn't the perfect storm of, one, automation, because there are so many trades that are happening in an automated process. And because so many people were incredibly desperate to hear a sense of normalcy. Now, the last part that I want to mention here about this entire process being a casino is that Donald Trump bankrupted his casino. He literally bankrupted his casino. He's bankrupting the casino again. What is happening? But this time it's the global casino. Oh my God. This is literally the same. The guy who had 6 bankruptcies, including bankrupting a casino, is bankrupting the global casino. And now he's over here sucking the cock of Benjamin Netanyahu, a war criminal. Holy I don't know if you guys saw the tweets of people on the timeline being like, I hope Jews do control this entire system. Please fix it. I saw people posting being like, oh my God, I've never wished for the Jews to be in control of the global financial marketplace until this very moment. Please, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, sir, please control it. Please fix it. What is this? No matter what happens, just remember it's the Jews. Dude, that's just cope, okay? Nazis are coping today, okay? They simultaneously are like, oh yeah, Jews are these all-powerful magic money people that are controlling the global financial market. Look at the Rothschild family or whatever. And then simultaneously, this Christian guy is just dunking on the global financial market, and it's like, well, it's the Jews again. It's the Jews again. They did this somehow. It's like, come on, man. You think they would let this happen? Are you crazy? if they had motion like that?
We'll be talking to China. We'll be talking to a lot of different countries, and I think if we can make a really fair deal and a good deal for the United States, not a good deal for others. This is America first. It's now America first. And we didn't put America first. We put America last. The people that were in the Oval Office put America last, and we're not going to stand for it.
He's actively destroying the country. He's actively destroying the global economy. He's destroying everything. Dude, look, I am not a spiritual person at all, but you got the four horsemen of the apocalypse. You have pestilence. RFK Jr. bringing back measles, it fell out of fashion, and the trend has created it once again. It's fashionable again. Okay, you got Donald Trump, a false presenter of Christendom, destroying the global economy for no discernible reason, for no real reason. I'm the economy because I'm bored. Okay, that's what he's doing. And also simultaneously undermining the remaining protections that average citizens have against government overreach, destroying it. It is crazy. It's end time. What are we doing? How do all these evangelicals not recognize that this is like real end time? Every day I think to myself that this is going to recover because there's too much vested interest, that like the Fed is going to bail them out. But like even if they lowered interest rates, I don't even know if you could bail him out in this process. Like he is accelerating a recession in an effort. Let's say he's trying to trigger a recession with the hopes that the Fed will bail him out. Okay. Let's say that that's the goal here. I feel like that's that's one of the things that he could be trying to do. But even then, like what do you do? What do you do in that process? Like, that's not going to work. It doesn't make sense. It's beginning to feel a lot like the collapse, the internal collapse of the USSR. But this time it's not being accelerated by outside forces, like Western capitalist forces that wanted this to happen. And instead, it's just happening because we're bored.
We have a deficit with the European Union of $350 billion. And it's going to disappear fast. And one of the reasons and one of the ways that can disappear easily and quickly is they're going to have to buy our energy from us because they need it. They're going to have to buy it from us. They can buy it. We can knock off $350 billion in 1 week. They have to buy and commit to buy a like amount of energy. And we have that. We have more energy than any country in the world. I don't know if you know.
Dude. He was asked if the EU zero tariffs enough. His answer, not enough. He also waved away suggestions that U.S. trading partners would go to China. They want to be in the arms of the U.S. Yeah, because the tariffs are not about tariffs. They're not real tariffs. Well, Trump is instituting real tariffs, and the counter tariffs, the retaliatory tariffs, are real. But the reason why he instituted tariffs to begin with were not because those countries had tariffs. It's because of a trade deficit that we have. And Donald Trump doesn't understand why America has a trade deficit. It is a trade-off so that the United States of America gets to maintain the global currency in which global trade happens with the dollar. This is the responsibility. This is what happens. America is the largest consumption engine on the planet, and also simultaneously, all of the trade is done on the U.S. dollar. This is how we dominate the planet. He's like, oh, this trade deficit is up. It's up. We got to fix the trade deficit. Who's going to buy American-made products in much poorer nations, you idiot? You have the SWIFT system. 80% of all trade happening is literally controlled by America, okay? And that is partially as a consequence of the way that we have designed the global market. It's partially a consequence of our trade deficits with these countries. It is crazy. It's crazy. He doesn't understand it. How does he not understand this? You're the president twice now. An anonymous Twitter account sent markets reeling today. How are you going to tell me that the stock market is any different than a coin at this point? Like, this